Now you got Boots Ennis who's in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know.
Man, great. Bud always been like that. Without a question, solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid.
You think there's anything left for him, Coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him probably going
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, he looked at excellent.
Is there anybody?
The most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, Coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160, possibly going. Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying in the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
Stay away from it. And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating. Yeah. You know how I got called.
Terence Bud Crawford stunned the boxing world once again. After the biggest victory of his career, where he defeated Canelo Alvarez and became the first fighter ever to hold undisputed titles in 3 weight divisions, Crawford appeared in a live interview and finally said what fans have been waiting to hear.
Now, everything you said about fighting not being there spiritually, mentally, you think that might have affected Canelo, or that was just a skill difference was too wide?
I do think he was a little mentally tired. He's been at that level for a long time. Right. So 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said timing was everything. Perfect timing. Everything.
That's right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was mentally tired, but you got to give Crawford his credit, man. To keep your mind that mentally fresh and sharp and go out there and perform like that, that's a win itself. Not even just beating your opponent. For your mind to be that fresh, come fight that.
It's a reason.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
He says he is ready to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. Yes, that fighter many avoid in boxing. One of the most dangerous young champions in the sport today. And now the man many already call the greatest is setting up a fight with Boots next. This bout could mark a change of power. It could be a battle between generations. Or it could be the moment Crawford shows beyond doubt that no one can beat him. Let us go through it all. Terence Crawford did not just defeat Canelo Alvarez, he turned the boxing world upside down. Before the fight, most people questioned him. Could a fighter known for success at 135, 140, and 147 really stand up to a natural 168-pound force like Canelo?
Should Bud go to 160? I think Bud should do what he want to do. Are you going to the Crawford parade on Saturday? I believe I am going. Yes, I believe that I am going. I have to look at my schedule and stuff.
But Crawford did more than survive. He took control of the fight. Over 12 rounds, he outboxed, outsmarted, and outperformed Canelo to earn a clear and convincing decision victory.
Canelo can't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so.
Yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing, so now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time, for sure.
That victory did more than take Canelo undisputed titles. It locked in Crawford place as the top pound-for-pound fighter in the world today. No excuses, no arguments. Crawford is the one on top.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
After that fight, the question was no longer about whether he was great. The real question became, is he the greatest of all time? And with that level of greatness, always comes a target on your back.
Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
Jaron Boots Ennis has been chasing Crawford's name for years. He is unbeaten with 34 wins and 30 knockouts. A fighter so avoided at welterweight that other boxers openly said they did not want the fight. Boots is quick, powerful, and dangerous inside the ring. And at just 27 years old, he is right in the middle of his prime.
A lot of people compare Ennis with Crawford, but Ennis always says he's got a completely different style, and the only similarity is they both switch. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. Me personally, I think that Terence Crawford boxes a hell of a lot more in the moment, phenomenal fighter in the moment. And I think Ennis is a lot more of a chess player.
Fans have long questioned what would happen if Crawford, the skilled strategist, stood across from Boots, the hungry rising force. Now it is no longer a dream matchup talked about online. Crawford himself has said he is willing to step in and make this fight a reality.
What about the Terence Bud Crawford fight? I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering them questions, and if a fight happened, it happened. I wanted it to happen, but if not, yeah.
In a live interview after the Canelo fight, Crawford did not avoid the question. When he was asked about Boots, he said he was open to the fight. That moment sent shockwaves through boxing. The reason is simple, because Crawford did not need to do this. He could retire right now with a perfect 42-0 record and leave the sport as a legend. Instead, he is talking about facing Boots, the one fighter most others are not willing to even bring up.
That's the fight that everybody wants to see. Yeah. I want to do it.
Do you respect him as, like, when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so...
I understand it, but don't lie or cap to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said, they called, and we said, we never heard nothing else back about it. So, right. I mean, I respect it, though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net, acting like this, acting like that.
That is exactly why fans respect Crawford. He does not only chase big money fights. He goes after the matchups that people say he should avoid.
What do you like watching now?
Terence Crawford, one of my favorites to watch now. I love Terence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight. And you know who else I like to watch, though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, I love watching Boots. Boots got game.
He's a fighter.
People don't understand Boots got game. You know what I'm saying? Boots, every now and then he messes on the defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me, for me to say that he gonna beat Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford is a different kind of animal.
Proven.
You feel me? Proven stud. You understand where I'm coming from? But Boots, if anybody could be Bud in the future, it would probably be a Boots, because Boots got enough tools to beat anybody.
So what weight could a Crawford versus Ennis fight take place at? Boots is the current WBA welterweight champion at 147. Crawford has moved on from that division. He has been fighting at 154 and just amazed everyone at 168. There is no way he will drop all the way back to welterweight. Most likely the fight would be at 154, maybe even 160. Boots has the size to move up. Crawford at 38 probably does not want to put his body through extreme cutting anymore. So 154 or 160 seems reasonable.
I'm trying to tell you, 154, man, it's mine. 154 is mine, and they're gonna see, and they're gonna see, just stay tuned. And like I said, when I handle business October 11th, we're gonna see.
And honestly, this is where it gets interesting because at higher weights Crawford is a bit slower, but still sharp and technical. Boots, on the other hand, is young, strong, and still filling out his body. That is what makes this matchup so fascinating. Here is a wild fact: Boots actually helped Canelo train for the fight against Crawford.
Hello, first things first. A lot has been made about your sparring session with Boots, with Boots Ennis. How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always want great sparrings because there is the thing, right? And I have history with the family because 14 years ago, his older brother helped me for Sugar Shane Motley and Alfonso Gomez. So it's Derek Ennis. So he helped me. So he was 14 years old at that time, by the way. And was good, very good. And I'm very grateful with him because he made that time to go and give me a good work.
That is correct. Boots sparred and trained with Canelo team to get ready for Bud. He was involved in the strategy to try and figure out Crawford.
I was here, Keith. You ready?
Man. Yeah, of course, baby. Going this way?
Yeah, man. You know, it's a fight you ain't gonna want to miss, man. One time back. I told you the comeback 2025 is the key.
What do you think about
Ennis joining Canelo for the Crawford camp?
Hey, good stuff.
You think that matters?
That's beautiful.
Anywhere.
That's beautiful, man. You know, when you...
See if I can get some good move.
That's world class. That's, you know, I mean, it's the best switch hitter he can get. That's not his opponent, you know. It's champions working with champions, you know. In the modern day and age, man, you don't get that a lot, you know. It reminds me back when I was supposed to fight Malthus Maidana, and I got Sean Porter for sparring.
Thank you, boss. You're the best.
You know, so I like it.
But the irony is Canelo still lost. Now think about this. Boots has seen what it is like to train for Bud. Bud has already beaten the fighter that Boots was helping.
He's not me.
Yeah.
You know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities and, you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, you know, and I'm not him, so.
Yeah. Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Yeah, like, once again, like, he's not me. You know, he's trying to get to where I'm at. You know, he's where he at, I'm where I'm at. You know, he got a long way to go.
This is not just another fight, it feels personal. Boots could look at this as a chance to make things right. Crawford could see it as a statement saying, you helped the man who tried to stop me, and I still won, and now I will beat you as well. The boxing world is talking non-stop. Some voices like Max Kellerman believe Crawford should keep going because he has shown he can beat anyone at any weight. Others like Eddie Hearn believe this is the perfect moment to step away, retire unbeaten, and protect his legacy.
Sorry? Should Crawford retire? Do you know what? Someone said the other day, and it's very true because I actually said it about Usyk. We've got a real tendency, haven't we, to kind of try and retire people off. Do you know what I mean? Like I said with Usyk, I think now he should retire. And everyone's like, why do you want him to retire? It's like, I just think it's a great way to go out. I actually also think that Crawford could move down and win a world title at 160. And that would make him, what, 6 division champ? 5, 35, 40, 47, 54, 6 division champion. But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want to fight for big money. And there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, he was obviously very close to him, seemed to say, so maybe that's it.
So how could this fight unfold? Crawford is a masterful switch hitter. He can fight orthodox or southpaw. He studies his opponent's styles, carefully breaks them down over the rounds, and closes fights with power and precision.
Do you think Ennis is the guy to give Crawford like trouble in there if they were ever to fight?
I think that would be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
Boots is explosive, unpredictable, and extremely athletic. He throws punches from unusual angles, has real knockout power in both hands, and is quick enough to get inside on anyone. Crawford brings experience, intelligence, and calm under pressure. Boots brings youth, power, and hunger. This fight would be nothing but fireworks. The big question is, can Crawford handle it at 38? Most fighters at that age are either retired or not the same fighter they once were.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without a
It's the
question.
perfect send-off.
But Crawford is not like most fighters. He is sharp, disciplined, and just defeated Canelo, the pound-for-pound king. Still, Father Time never loses. If Boots is going to beat Crawford, the moment is now. That is why fans are divided. Some believe Crawford will teach him a lesson. Others think Boots could end his career. Make no mistake, if this fight happens, it is huge. It is the old guard against the new. The undefeated legend versus the young powerhouse. The man chasing all-time greatness versus the man chasing his first defining victory. If Crawford wins, he cements his place as the best of his era. No questions. If Boots wins, he takes over and becomes boxing's new face instantly. Either way, the sport wins. Here is where it gets interesting. After defeating Canelo, Crawford hinted at retirement, saying he needs time with his team to decide. Critics like Eddie Hearn urged him to retire, now protect the perfect record, and leave as the ultimate GOAT. But Crawford agreeing to face Boots shows he is not ready to stop. He still has that fire, and maybe he wants one more historic win before stepping away. Some fans are calling for Crawford versus David Benavidez at 168, another huge fight. But Crawford's team has already said no, they want to rest for now and only take the right challenges.
You want to fight Canelo? Would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican monster David Benavidez? But you want Canelo. But you want Canelo.
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know.
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big when I fought him. But, you know what I mean? Benavidez is a big dude. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. Like, he might be thick, you know what I mean? But he's not a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude. Like, you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, like, because I felt that at one point when Volkanovski was champion, I had retired. You know, I had retired, and I was like, dude, the only fight that I would really want to come back for is to fight a dude. I'm 5'4". This dude's fucking 5'6", and he's pound for pound. Right. So that's, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size them up. Yeah. You just size them up, especially when you going into a bigger weight class like that. You know what I mean? You size them up and you see, you know, your advantages and his advantages. You know, I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. You know, he might got the size, the power. You know, I feel like, you know, I got the better skills, boxing skills.
And let's be honest, Boots feels like the perfect next challenge. He is dangerous, he is fresh, and he is already connected to the Crawford versus Canelo story. Experts are talking and opinions are completely split. Some think Crawford will completely outclass Boots, just like he did with Errol Spence, too smart, too skilled, too experienced. Others say Boots is too explosive too young, and eventually he will catch Crawford when age starts to show. Even fans online are divided. Half want Crawford to prove his GOAT status by taking out the next big name, while the other half believes it is time for the new generation to take over. So here we are. Terence Crawford, the man who just beat Canelo Alvarez, has now agreed to face Jaron Boots Ennis. It is the fight no one thought Crawford needed, and the fight everyone wants to see.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy, and Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his prime.
If Crawford wins, his GOAT status becomes untouchable. If he loses, it marks the start of a new era with Boots in charge. Either way, boxing fans come out as the real winners.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. Obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy, and Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his prime.
So what do you think? Should Crawford risk everything against Jaron Boots Ennis, or retire now and protect his perfect 42-0 record? And if the fight happens at 154 or 160, who comes out on top, the experienced master or the young lion? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.